All right, so I want to go over once again with you the same position we just covered where we're shutting down the butterfly and looking to force half, but we're going to look at a different variation on the head control, okay? Instead of being in front of their face with the cross face, we're going to come over and use that sort of front headlock guillotine control that you have seen already so much of throughout this system, okay? So, everything's the same here. We chop an underhook in. We start to flatten him, okay? Immediately we're getting our angle, going to the side, controlling that leg, dropping our hip, forcing the half, okay? Now as we start to come in, you know, no gi, it's so slippery, you know, and a lot of guys are really good at getting their underhook in. Exactly, okay? So, I want to use this to our advantage. Anytime where I feel like I'm beat with the underhook, I'm going to use my other arm, wrap around the head, okay? Bring my other arm around his arm, and then grab the outside of my hand, all right? Just like we've already done so much of from the guillotines and everything else, okay? Here. Now, I'm going to use this control to help me pass, okay? And this is nice too because, you know, I can always threaten his neck here, all right? Just holding this position itself, the little squeeze I put in is going to choke him a little bit and make him concerned of his neck, which will make it even easier for me to free my legs, okay? And I'm going to use the same variation as before with my foot here going inside the thigh. So now all I'm going to do is look to start to lean forward and use my head on the mat. This will give me the space to start to bring my foot inside the thigh. Now from here, I'm going to start to pry my leg free. And I can really do either or, once again, okay? Mount or the side. And each one now can bring me its own submission, all right? Meaning that as I mount, I might feel the space to switch my hand for the no-arm guillotine, okay, and get the finish. When we throw the elbow over, okay, same one as you guys have already worked on, okay? Going to the side, with my head down, my foot in. Whenever I kick, if I decide to go to the side here, now I'm in position to start to pull his head up and shoot the underhook. Shoot the arm under his ear, under his head, and get into the Darce position, okay? Or we can even go one step further and say that maybe he goes to his knees. In that transition where he's going to the knees, you see how I bring my hand in front, and now once again I'm in position to sit for the no-arm guillotine. So both options have their advantages, all right? And that's the great thing about that head control is there's so many different ways to attack their neck. And so while we're passing, we're making them, you know, have to really pay attention to their head position and where their, you know, where their neck is going to be vulnerable. And at the same time, we can take the pass, okay? So the setup is the same. We're coming in, putting them down, starting to work our forcing in the half guard. At this point, he does a good job of pummeling inside. I don't worry about it. Immediately, I wrap around, lock my hands. Now I have the head control. I lean forward, put my head on the mat, start to climb my foot in, look to pry his legs free. From here, I could just come over, you know, continue to threaten his neck here if I want, or just let go and take the mount position, okay? Or we can go to the side, kick out, come to the side. Now I'm ready to shoot for the Darce, okay, here. Or also be ready in case he comes to his knees to switch our hands and now look to throw over and set up the no-arm guillotine. So, you know, at this point you guys have really seen how a lot of the same movements come together in multiple different scenarios, all right? The guillotine, the Darce, all right? All these things are really strong neck attacks that we want to bridge together with our passing. And in the case where we come into the half guard and they get an underhook, we're just going to use that as a great time to wrap their head, start to threaten their neck, and pass at the same time.